Starting to the bottom right of the map, we have the Protoss player in red. He is
STX Sword Trap.
Trap with a 50% win ratio against Terran players, going up against the SKT1 Terran to the top left of the map. It is
SK Telecom T1 Fantasy.
Powder Fantasy may have CC first at his last. He is up against a proxy, and Trap has set a trap.
Yeah, trap card activated on Anaconda. And guys, a quick reminder of the situation in the group. DRG is already out of the group with a 3-0. Yu-Gi-Oh is, well, he advanced to the Premier League, that is, DRG of course. Yu-Gi-Oh is in the Challenger League since he didn't win a single map today, is on 0-3. The match between DRG and Yu-Gi-Oh, therefore, is not going to be played today. We still have 3 players in the run. Squirtle is on a 2-2 score right now, Trap is on 2-1, and Fantasy is on 1-2. If Fantasy wins it here, he brings us into a tiebreaker, but if Trap takes this game, then he is 3-1 and will advance together with DRG to the Premier League of WCS Season 3. So Fantasy's build choice could not be worse.
You're absolutely right, and he's going to be up against not only just Zealots coming out, but Stalkers as well. It's going to be one of those builds, and he's probably... You know, what he could do is hide and go for the Mothership Core, the really fast Mothership Core coming out as well, and do a very aggressive build. It's going to be hard to pull it off since his economy is in tatters right now. But we'll see. We'll see, because there's a lot of different ways this could be done. Since he's going for the core, I would like to see him hide the Zealot and bring the Zealot and the Stalker in together. And also, you know, fight with that probe, prevent any bunkers from going up, and then just start like that. We'll see what he has planned. Second barracks added here, so not a super risky build here by Fantasy.
Yeah, but Fantasy still, if he sees those units move in, that's one of those FML moments that you have.
Yeah, I would... If I were Fantasy and the FML app was still popular, I would write a story about that. You know, today I was in my Up and Downs group, and then suddenly, when I decided to go CC first for the 5th time, I got proxied.
Well...
FML...
This is...
Here he goes, he's going to do it like I said. He waits for the Stalker, goes in with the probe. Going to prevent any bunkering here. The first Marine is not even halfway done.
This is like SCVs of the mineral line. SCVs to the rescue.
Every single one of them pulled, which means he has no mining.
Yeah, no mining whatsoever right now. He needs to pull a bit of a surround. He needs that bunker. That's the Zealot is already surrounded. Is starting to attack a little bit. 2 of the SCVs are gone. A lot of those in the low hit points. Trying to surround here, but not quite.
He needs to, you know, I almost would like to see him start another bunker, but he doesn't have any money. And
getting shots off against the Marine. Shots fired, and oh, saving the Stalker again.
Killing the Marines is the most important part because he's never going to stop that bunker.
Well, 6 Harvesters killed already, and the bunker is mostly... Yeah, the bunker is there, but he actually could just run by if he has the numbers.
And with Warp Gate research on the way, he could actually just warp in with that probe.
Yeah, he has a probe at the natural, so he could place down a pylon and could warp in there.
The economy for Fantasy is basically at 0. Is he really just going to add a Nexus? I mean, he could, but I would...
No, there's a pylon. Pylon has been placed down, but he's faking the Nexus.
He fakes it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And this is going to give Fantasy a false sense of security here. And if he doesn't see these gates, you know, I don't think he's going to. He checks, he's like, maybe the Nexus is at the back. No, that's not. That's not
even another. How did he not see that probe, by the way? I mean, he saw that. Why would he never check for the pylon? I mean, at least the possibility has to occur to you. I mean, I'm surprised.
I am as well.
He saw that earlier already, and still at this point he's not sending out an SCV or anything to check if there is maybe a pylon. I feel he's completely misread. There we go. Okay, now
it's too late though. It's way too late. The warp-in is already on.
Yep, the first warp-in is there, and that Marine will be not happy.
He's gonna be dead.
He's like, oops. And now what? Okay, the warp-in is there, and this is
he
like
runs out of the bunker, which means that Trap can of course go up at the natural, and he can actually just fight. He's gonna do this.
He's trying to take.
You know what? That's pretty smart. I like that, but I don't think he can focus that much.
Stalkers run in the main base. Oh my God, Fantasy.
Fantasy has CC first in his last.
I'm not quite sure about attacking the supply depot. Yep, that is a lot more rewarding. Taking down the SCVs here. Stalkers everywhere. 25 Harvesters against 14. The double mule, the saving grace, the surround, the attempted surround on the Stalkers, but that's not happening. Zealots, this is just way too much.
It's way too much. There's no way he can hold. The last of the SCVs start to fall. He's got a good concave with his Marines, but there's too much firepower. All he has to do is microback. He would like to have another bunker, but the reality is he cannot afford it. That's just his fantasy.
This is going to be game. This is Trap advancing together with DRG to the Premier League. Congratulations, GG! Trap takes it. No tiebreaker today. Squirtle is a bit of a sad panda, and so is Fantasy. After falling to the proxy build, he chose to go for the command center first, and that does not work out.
Trap putting on the big boy pants right there.
That was well done. I mean, that
Fantasy
was a
plays predictably. You know, you play predictably, you're going to get punished. And that's what happened here.
The funny thing is he would have actually had a chance if he would have taken down that probe.
Yes.
You're still behind. You lose Harvest at the beginning. You're in an awkward spot, but you might have a shot.
Because then at least you know where the pylon has to be. Because even if he kills that probe, maybe he sends another probe, makes a pylon, but the pylon's late. And if he warps over, then you have to, there's only a certain place you can warp over, so you can put Marines there and block. Maybe a bunker there. Could have been done. Could have, would have, should have.
There are the standings today. 3-0, DRG taking the top spot, getting this ST award. Trap with the 3-1 advances as well to the Premier League of WCS. We are suddenly on camera.
That's what we look like, guys, when we're looking at the stuff on screen. We look like this.
And, well, pretty... I mean, I'm actually really happy for DRG in particular.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people were, you know, making jokes about him, saying he's in the slump.
Yeah. And
he was not being dominant, but he was dominant today.
He played really well in Finland already, and today also we saw him with really good games. The last one against Fantasy, as we said already, a little bit more trying to play a bit more flexible, and he certainly did that, but it was something that he did quite well. He deserves his spot in the Premier League. And a little bit of a sad day here for Squirtle and Fantasy now, of course, especially for Yu-Gi-Oh! Not taking a single map.
Let's take a look at, of course, Group E. It's going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m., so 5 hours earlier than today. Tell your friends, don't forget. Probably be a thread on Reddit about it tomorrow as well. Curious, Swagger, Marine King, Roro, and last but not least, Deer.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting group, especially since Deer is one of those pros players that has quite a history against Zerg. Swagger, of course, aka Killer. And I'm really looking forward to this. This is a pretty good lineup.
Yeah, it's very balanced. The players we've got in there, only one Terran, but it's actually the same type of demographic that we had today. 2 Processes, 2 Zergs, and a Terran.
Well, guys, this was it. This is it for today, and well, we're gonna see you tomorrow. Keep in mind, it's gonna start at 1 p.m. Korean Standard Time. That's 5 hours earlier than today, as Wolf already mentioned. I hope that you enjoyed the games and the cast today, and we're gonna see you tomorrow with the next group at the Up and Downs here at GOMTV.